Today on Eagle Nation News, a few weeks ago, the town of Prosper held a new resident mixer to help Prosper newcomers get used to the town. Nuala Adams dives deep into the event. Here at Prosper, people and academics are more connected than you think. Colton Boston shows how a teacher promotes her husband's plumbing business and incorporates it into her teaching. Prosper's many UIL accomplishments don't stop at sports. Jonathan Pittman reports on how one PHS student was able to win a UIL competition her first time ever competing.
Good afternoon, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us. Today is Wednesday, April 19th. I'm Lexi Whitworth.
And I'm Peyton Wynn.
A Dallas teen continues to recover after a mistaken identity shooting. 18-year-old Gail Jones was shot 3 times and was admitted to the hospital on April 5th. However, his friend Omarion Frazier did not survive. The boys were said to be leaving their shift at a nonprofit helping at-risk youths learn culinary skills when a convenience store run went south. Jones's family says while they are blessed to see their child's miraculous survival, their hearts are shattered for the family members of their son's best friend. The families now seek answers and justice.
Do you have a Costco card? If you don't, you're going to need one soon. Costco is developing land for a store off of FM 1385 and 380. According to an official statement, the new store is expected to be a significant addition to its growing network and is anticipated to provide a boost for the Prosper economy. It is expected to open up in the fall of 2023. Aren't you just so glad we're getting a Costco now, Lexi?
I'm so excited. We have way too many boys in our family for how much food we go through, and this is going to make it so much easier. Well, speaking of Prosper things coming to town, lots of new people have been moving here. Nuala Adams takes a look at how our town is welcoming to each of them.
Prosper started as a small town, but has been growing rapidly. The townhouse staff knows the importance of making new residents feel at ease, so they threw a mixer to welcome them.
Prosper is getting 1,000 new residents every 6 months. And so those people need to know what town services we have, what nonprofit services are available for them, what the town can do for them, and then more than that, just to get out and meet people that are new like them. So being welcoming is, I think, part of the things that makes Prosper unique, because we're friendly. We're a friendly town.
Staff members took this event as an opportunity to allow newcomers to adjust to a new place and meet others who were in the same situation as them.
I'm able to really get connected into the community and really build those relationships here in the town. And I'm just finding it so incredibly valuable to actually, get to know and be connected with people that live in the town that I love too. We're just trying to create more community. And even as we're growing and we're getting larger, we want to keep that small town feel.
For a lot of new families, their anxieties about moving were eased by the togetherness they have.
There's always challenges when you're moving, because you miss kind of what you're used to. But, just having, 2 children, having the opportunity for my children to be in a different place, a new place, and, just building.
Prosper is unique in the way it works to connect its community and make everyone feel welcome. And events like this really showcase that. Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Nuala Adams.
Living here my whole life, Lexi, it's just been so surreal seeing how many people have come in, but to also see how the community has just welcomed these new people in and make them feel a part of the community.
Oh yeah, I remember moving here freshman year and it was so scary, but now they have these mixers to help all these people, meet each other so they feel more welcome, and I just think that's so great.
100%. Don't go away, Tyler Medeiros is in studio with all your entertainment news.
At Lily Claire, our style is modern, classic boho. We love vintage. We carry great dresses. We carry a great line of denim. We carry some wonderful graphic tees and band tees. Those are kind of our bread and butter. We also have great sweats, some beautiful custom jewelry, candles, and Buddha Girl bracelets. We just kind of have a little bit of everything. Definitely a special store, and I would love for you to come and take a look and let us share our style with you.
Hey Tyler, I've heard you got some news and reviews on and everything new in Hollywood. Can you give us the scoop?
Of course, Peyton. A few weeks ago, the fantasy movie Dungeons & Dragons Honor of Thieves released, and I got to see it in theater. I haven't played a single second of Dungeons & Dragons, so I can't really talk about the accuracy to the game, but I can say that I thought the first 3 quarters of the movie were alright. But for that other quarter, it just kind of felt like the writers didn't know how to wrap up the story. I'm not going to spoil it, but there are a few things that seem important that are just forgotten about for the rest of the movie. On the bright side, at least the characters were funny. From fantasy to fear, the highly anticipated Five Nights at Freddy's movie has been given an official release date. A few days ago, the studio creating the movie, Blumhouse, announced in a tweet stating, as promised, #FNAF fans, you asked and we delivered. #FNAF movie is coming this Halloween on October 27th, 2023. 2023 seems to be the year of video game adaptations, with The Last of Us on HBO Max, the recently released Super Mario movie, and now this. I know I will definitely be watching in theaters in October. From new movies to old TV shows, Nickelodeon's disgraced former star Drake Bell went missing for a whole day. On Wednesday, Florida authorities announced Bell was, quote, missing and endangered. Just a day later, however, he was found and reported to be safe. Why he went missing and why authorities were clearly concerned is still a mystery. That's all for Talent Talk. Back to you at the desk.
I personally used to be a huge Drake and Josh fan, and I really honestly thought I was going to marry Drake, but now I'm glad I didn't.
It's probably a good thing you didn't. Seeing a man like that fall so far from grace and just all of a sudden disappear out of nowhere is just really interesting to see.
Surreal. Well, that's enough for Hollywood drama for today. Let's get back to Prosper. A PHS teacher helps support her husband's business through teaching. Colton Boston takes a plunge into the local plumbing company.
How am I going to use this in the real world? Is a question that many students at PHS find themselves thinking. Ms. Cardwell hopes to answer this question through her husband's business, CTX Plumbing and Electrical, and how he would solve equations in the real world.
We were on our way to a restaurant, and so we were pulling up, and she was talking about a math problem that she was, trying to solve with her kids, and it was the distance between 2 points using only 45-degree angles.
And I talked about this whole hashtag we use in geometry about 30, 60, 90, and 45, 45, 90 triangles. And he had no idea what I was talking about.
And I said, well, why don't you just take the distance between the 2 points and multiply that times 1.414?
I go, where's that number coming from? Well, turns out square root of 2 is 1.414. So we were doing the exact same thing, but I memorized a hashtag because I teach it in geometry, and he memorized it from a plumbing workbook.
And with Austin helping her find examples to show her class, Miss Cardwell shows the school her husband's business.
She's put out flyers, I think with the school newspaper or whatever flyer that they do there. So we put out coupons with our name on there. That has helped generate a lot of business and a lot of income for our company through that alone. Yeah.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Colton Boston.
I think it's so great to see how this teacher is showing that these things that she's teaching can actually be used in the real world.
I know, we as students don't appreciate enough how we're learning stuff that actually does have applications in the real world.
100%. Well, speaking of numbers, Bradston Swick has our Prosper scores. Game time is up next.
Here we go!
Not even star testing will stop our Prosper sports. Bradston, you got anything for us?
Thanks, Lexi. Yesterday, the Prosper Eagle baseball team faced off against Allen at Allen High School. Sadly, the Eagles had a 1-2 loss, but they put up a good fight. The Eagles will face Allen again this Friday at 7:30 at the PHS baseball fields. Also yesterday, the Prosper varsity softball team faced off against Allen High School, but barely fell short with a score of 8-7. Finally, the Prosper golf team started playing today in the 6A Regional Championship. Good luck to the golf team. And that's it for this week of Prosper Sports, but that's not the end of Prosper winning. Peyton, do you have any more information?
That's right. PHS has not stopped winning with just sports. Jonathan Pittman dives into how a first-time rider was able to win in the first UIL competition.
UIL competitions can be a stressful task and requires a lot of practice to excel. For first-time competitors, that practice is tenfold. Tess Gagliano was the winner of the UIL Ready Writing competition, and it was her first time ever competing.
I did not ever expect to be in a competition like this. My English teacher asked me to do it, and she had to try pretty hard to convince me, but eventually I said yes, and I ended up doing the competition.
Tessa's teacher, Mrs. Roskin, was there to see her compete.
I am the journalism team advisor. I was there for my journalism team, but since I have Tess in graphic design, I was more of one of Tess's big cheerleaders. Michelle Furr coaches the Ready Writing team. Thrilled for Tess. I was not surprised though. She is a fantastic writer, which is one of the reasons I'm constantly trying to recruit her for the newspaper teams.
First-time writers winning first is an inspiration for future writers.
I was just really doing the competition for the experience, and I did not expect to win anything at all or like advance to whatever the next level is, and so I was really shocked.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Jonathan Pittman.
Seeing Tessa's story on how she was able to win despite never competing is just so inspiring.
I think it's so great to see all of our Prosper students turning their hobbies into award-winning pieces.
That's all we have for you today, Eagle Nation. Once again, I'm Peyton Wynn.
And I'm Lexi Whitworth. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on Friday for episode 30 of Eagle Nation News. Have a great day, and go Eagles.